everyone. Welcome back to another stream of dialogue. Well, we got like in the second, no, it was the first day. It was just like we found out the two main characters, so we ended up just finishing in the first day. Let me just get my model a bit down so everyone can see it properly. It's dark and gloomy all day again today. It's daytime. SNS. It's an announcement for the Urban Stability Agency. In celebration of Polar Night Day, Chroma City's latest festival, a special intensive crackdown period will be in effect from today until the end of the festival. This measure aims to prevent social disorder during the festival and maintain an homeostasis of the urban system. During this period, nano-catalyst scanning by stabilizer will be significantly interferes across the Chroma City. In particular, illegal procedures under the guise of LDS prevention. Okay, just bullshit. Now that there's hardly any sunlight anymore, it's hard to even see a gray night. Thanks to that, my body feels even stiffer. If I stay still, it'll only feel more drained, so let's hurry up and open shop. Are Mom and Dad saying they won't come to see the chromatic zenith again this year? Just like every year, yeah? What about you? Needless to say, me neither. I don't really get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year, even when we said we didn't want to go. You know how many years ago that was? Mom and Dad are getting old now, so it's hard for them to go to crowded and chaotic places. And I'm too far away to go, so if you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend? You're picking a fight with me right now, aren't you? Look at their age. Go outside and meet people. Yeah, go outside, touch some grass. Even better if it's a woman. You can't stay up all night in your room drinking beer forever. The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I'll open my eyes even again the next day. And an article would pop up on the main news page. Victim, Chris J. Heyer, 22, found in a motel with organs harvested. That lack of confidence of yours is the problem, Chris. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively, you're decently looking. Ugh. Let's stop. So, if you want to see the chromatic zenith that much, just go alone. If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight? Then what are you going to do that day? I have no choice but to drown my Polar Night days in beer while watching D1AL-ogue stream again this year. That's how I'll spend my Polar Night day. Stream my foot, you're planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Hey, how do you... Wait, you've never even been in my room. Hit the nail on the head. No, it's not that. Shut up, you're single too, probably sitting in the corner of your room alone. Okay. Hello, Chris. She has the ara vibes. The ara. No, wait a minute. Let me... Okay, so this thing, we got interrupted from the messages. Okay. D1AL-ogue. Hello, Chris. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? He's like, Chris? Ah, Miss Liani, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment? A pity. I wanted to share in your joy. You look good now, but that look you just had, the one you never show me, it was such a pure smile. I'm envious, whoever they are. That's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to tear me down every day. The one you often talk about? Miss Linnea took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself. Well, if it's your younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her. Oh. Oh, so this is the Ara one who has secretly a crush on you, but for some reason the main character, this guy doesn't even take hints that she kind of likes him. Or it's the baffled thing is the guy doesn't even 1 minute let me tune down because I see it's way too high. My voice. Okay, this should be fine. Anyway, what brings you here today? Yeah, he's the type of dude who's just like, I am not attracted to her, henceforth I do not see the cues, I guess. I remember you had your regular checkup recently. I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus. That's funny. What is? When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason. I told you I came here to replace my processing unit. You said it was a bonus. Didn't you come back to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup. Alright, you win. I came here to whine a bit. Okay, tell me. For a ridiculous, shady repair clinic, yet you've come back several times, so you must like it. There's a quiet, uncrowded comfort here. A quiet place and slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Thanks to that, I can completely let loose. That's supposed to be a compliment? Saying I have no customers? Yes, it's a compliment. Since you say so, I'll take it as a compliment. Oh, what are you whining about today? Miss Liani frowned as if just thinking about it wasn't pleasant. That's quite a look on your face. Was I? Sorry, when the processing unit's connected to the emotional expressions gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get maintenance first? It's possible, but... So required two normal and... Every time I visit here, you're on the phone with your sister. It's my routine right after opening for business. I'm picking a fight with my sister. I'd like to join that routine next time. You, Miss Liani? I heard that in human society it's polite to greet the other person's family before the main event. I don't know what the main event you mean, but your emotion unit is overheating again. Big event? Jeez. So it's blue. Oh wow, I have almost everything. So once here. Perfect. I'm not even amusing myself. Fuck! Oh well. Now I know. Well, just fuck myself. What do you think about the increasing romance between humans and EVs? For someone who's never even been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract a question for me to answer. Really? Just that one word from you has completely tilted my options to the pro side. Miss Liani, the temperature of your emotion unit is rising. It's dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance. Dude, this is... This is stupidly obvious, dude. She is into him. I hope I can do it. What? You have to be a little rougher? Oh no. I'm... Fuck. The hell? The maintenance is dealt with. Oh, fuck. The maintenance is done without any problem. It seems like you've made a lot of small mistakes today. What on earth were you thinking about? I hope you weren't thinking of someone else while I was in front of you. Jesus, No, I rarely go out, so I hardly have a chance to meet new faces. And the customers who visit the repair clinic are the entirety of my social interactions. It's a blessing in disguise. What is? Thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, I feel like even this bleak place has some life in it. Oh my, saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy. The overload in your processing units was more severe than I thought, though. Came to wine, but it was to the point of needing repairs. I thought you would get better once I relieved some stress. If I've let that unit If I left that unit as it was, I figured I've been seeing you soon from the same repair request. So I replaced it with a high-end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much? Hold on, that's what I'm about to tell you. You know I work at a pharmaceutical company, right? Of course. I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Liani, every time I do your repairs. A new researcher joined the company recently. They say he's incredibly talented or something, or a company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true. The problem is that talent isn't everything. Exactly. He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed with his papers and research achievements. So, my colleagues and I had no choice but to do as he asked. More work for you. That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If he were apologetic and grateful, I wouldn't be different. It would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we're doing work we don't have to do, I wonder if studying so much has fried part of his brain. A while ago, he said a colleague researcher looked interesting and asked if he could take over the project. It almost turned into a shouting match, but our colleagues intervened and barely mediated. It's annoying, but thanks to him, we're free from the management nagging, and we can buy time to provide the product stability. Office politics? It feels a bit distant to me, maybe for you. From my perspective, Miss Liani, you don't seem much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about? I like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago. Yes, half of our unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought. You fought? It wasn't really a fight, just laid him out. He disrespected our project. He said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said the researchers' talents were being wasted, and asked if he had any intentions of finishing these research and starting a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. I should have realized when the management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts, so it was a plot to bring another expert to break our resolve. That's a pretty serious sabotage. Unfortunately for them, the Nepo hire's social skills were worse than imaginable, and he failed to change the team's members' minds. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me even though I threw the first punch. Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated watching him call an ambulance by myself because no one else cared. I must have been the guilt that followed the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation and the project change. Wait 1 minute. I had to write a written explanation and the project's chances of survival dropped even low. I wonder what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I want to forget everything. Let's just rest. Second to see you. All I do is listen to you talk a little. That's enough. Thanks to you, I've already sorted out my thoughts. Yeah, it's a lot of the times it's just like get it out. Getting it out and just talking to someone just makes it feel a lot more better. Knowing the fact knowing that someone else knows to what you're going, and just like a little bit understanding where you're going at and what's happening to you, it's a lot more easier to get through. 1 minute, why the hell? A place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. That's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through. And it makes me feel that your project shouldn't end here. If the effects of just listening to a story, as you put it, is this great, our medicine will be a great help to the work. Can I ask what kind of medicine it is? I'd love to tell you. Miss Liani's eye sparkled as if it's a favorite topic had come up. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self. Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. That's for robots, no? That is a really complex thing, and it is good for PTSD. I mind you, that is good for PTSD. But suppressing memory, I don't know. The primal goal is trauma suppression through the potential for misuse. I think so. Right, that's why we're delaying the release. A similar drugs already exist, but there are more cases of side effects or misuse than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as a commercial success, sticking to a proven product. Exactly. He made almost the same argument. His topic is that as long as it pleases, satisfies inspections and sells well, who cares who's used it? Yeah, who uses it? Yeah. So it's all about the hard-earned cash, man. All about the cash. In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself. I take a few pills myself, but that attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamins I take. Since I hardly see the sun, I guess it must contain vitamin D, and vitamin D, I have no idea. The drugs available on the market dull memory that are dramatically imprinted in the user. Though that must be a fucking miracle drug, man. When you try to recall them, the recollection process is interrupted or blurred. It's similar to when you treat with an EV's photonic neutral network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you even forget that you are taking a memory suppressant. It's practically amnesia. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can be used universally, but we plan to market it separately from breakups or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be a misuse for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drug. Ouch. That is bad. Losing memories due to a drug, it comes back if you stop taking it, right? I am furious, but it seems there are cases where that's not true for the product on the market. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be many people who need this drug, so frequent side effects are unacceptable. Yeah, but living in a city when you have only fucking traumas isn't a good city at all. By taking drugs, that doesn't mean everything would go better. Think you should just leave. Although Chroma City is it's damn dark all day long, I'm not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital unit, their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching. Right, maybe people think of hospitals as a place to go for resurrection. But this drug also aims to delay the neurologic disorders caused by the light deficiency. Not just overcoming strong traumas, the blackout phenomenon. Do they call it zombie these days? That's what people usually call it, I hear. Right, the biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems besides light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulated due to the nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the streets will be reduced by more than half. Zombie preventions and trauma care sounds good. The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems too good. It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it has some people arguing that if it forces continuous purchase of the drug. They say we need to consider the consumer's financial situation. And that makes sense, but... Oh, your opinion on my research? Miss Liani's eyes widened. Does she think we've found a common interest? You can't run away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you've ended up with nothing left someday. Even today, Miss Liani will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle the accident and finish the project, right? Well, yes. There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart and it needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. With a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak in both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medicine you're making was made for situations like that. That's right, it's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from the inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind. I want the patient to be like you, Miss Liani. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. I hope they solve the problems that have been postponed with a mended strong mind and body. Like today's Miss Liani. As they said in a certain manga, right? There's no parasite in the there is no paradise in the place you escape to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Liani, I hope it turns out just as you wish. You little... Why? I thought that was a pretty cool thing for me to say. Miss Liani lunges at me. I believe she had no intentions of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instinctively stepping back. Now that you said that, I'll be sure to protect the project. Okay, now let me go. Let me hug you a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Miss Leones, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful vow and having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pains unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time. I should have gone to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Thing is, I don't know how many days next. Tier 2 power unit. Tier 2 neutral unit. 2 of each, quick. Sir? Yeah, who are you staring blankly for? Excuse me, customer, are you by any chance in front of me right now? Can you only see the visible light spectrum? Yes, I haven't had the optics nerve digitalization procedure done. You're not even up to the basics of this city? This fucked up neighborhood where it's night the moment you open your eyes if you live seeing only visible light? You'll soon get a neurological disorder and become one of those drooling idiots out there. I subscribe to Neon Shine regularly, so I don't really need it. Oh dear. We have an idiot here who offers money to that damn corporation. You're neither a foolish sucker brainwashed by the media, or a crazy bastard born with a silver spoon who thinks money grows on trees. I don't know what kind of life you're living, but I'm too law-abiding to live by your ways. I'm amazed someone with their head this far in the clouds is still in this city. So wonder you're walking around in your own 2 feet. Crazy customer. Customer, please deactivate your optical camouflage, and if you're not getting a repair, please leave. Brad, why are you suddenly recommending I deactivate my optical camouflage? To do a repair? I need to scan and replace the unit. But I can't see you at all, so I can't do a proper repair. Is that the only reason? You've got a knack for comedy. Why would you replace it? I can just swap it out myself. Swap it out yourself? Just as a person can perform surgery on themselves by cutting open their own stomach and messing with their organs, an EV also cannot open its core sections to replace any unit by itself. Nothing is impossible, Brad. It's just popping the casing, swapping the unit, and closing it again. If I make a small mistake in the procedure and cut the power, that's just where my life ends. That's a level of recklessness that leaves me speechless. I'd appreciate it if you just shut up and make the unit. Sir, as much as I love to just shut up and make it for you, as the manager, I also have to think about the reputation of my repair clinic. Even if I die without anyone knowing, no one would blame this place. Even if my head gets blown off by a corporation summary executioner bullet while walking down the street, everyone will think it's a natural death. How can I be sure of that? Blade Hamilton. Mention my name in the black alleys 3 blocks from here and everyone will understand. So now, what you need to do is wipe that stupid look off your face and synthesize the unit for me. This person is impossible to reason with. Understood, Mr. Blade. I'll make the unit for you first. What unit do you want exactly? I told you already, Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neutral unit. imprinted into your stupid head so you don't forget. God damn it. Please wait a moment. Create a unit for a lunatic. So okay. Thank you for waiting. Faster than I thought. The synthesis units are clean too. Despite your dumb first impressions, you're more skilled than you look. Thanks for the compliment. Since I'm in a good mood, let me give you a piece of advice. You'd better raise that physiotherapy instruction. Psychotherapy instructions in your door. The place I went the last week to get it with a big-breasted Evie had the same thing written on it. I appreciate the advice, but that's my clinic's identity. I don't think I can change it. Instead, if you deactivate the optical camouflage next time and let me repair you directly, you'll be able to properly experience the service. As long as you have the thing dangling between your legs, no service will be possible for me. But thanks anyway, it seems I didn't come here for nothing. Take care, Mr. Blade. See you again next time. Don't count on it. Dealing with the same customers is incredibly draining. I should close up for today and soothe my tired body and soul with a can of beer. Jeez, that was fast. I had a dream about being beaten by an invincible man. Since I couldn't see him, I couldn't fight back and just got beaten up. Not exactly a pleasant feeling. Is it because of that customer from yesterday? I hope only decent customers come in today. Wow. Yeah, I can see here, now I've seen this, I can see here this person who made the game really likes and wants you to see his inspiration. This is literally one of the characters from Cyberpunk Bartender Action Valhalla. Everything here is the same, and yep. Optical camouflage. I can't believe that symbol of crime is being used so openly. Has that city completely given up on security? It's not so much they given up, but rather adapted. Most homes and shops have at least one infrared sensor for security. Even if they can't catch thermal optical camouflage, they can easily detect regular optical camouflage. Then what about thermal optical camouflage? If you say that, the military intervenes instead of the Urban Stability Agency, so you need some serious guts to try it. Thanks to that, the citizens of Chroma City can rest easy and entrust their safety to infrared sensors. Living there sounds exhausting. To think hide and seek is a part of a daily life. Because of that, life here is never boring. That's not boring, it's just troublesome. You have to endure minor inconveniences to be worthy of living in this city of miracles. Miracles, my foot, is just a neighborhood that's dark and gloomy all day long. That's why the neon signs filling every corner look even more dazzling. The night of this street, where human TVs and neon signs mingle, it's more beautiful than any day elsewhere. I was so captivated by the sight that I dared to become independent here with just one old piece of equipment. It's probably not the night, but the EVs filling the streets that captivated you. And what? Independent? You make it sound cool, but did you wipe your hands? Hard drive or something? Seems like yesterday we were whining about not having money for food. Who was it that begged mom and dad to save him? I paid it back with interest. Yeah. Looks like a customer's here. You're not sulking, are you? No, I'll hang out with you again tomorrow. He's sulking. Definitely sulking. I'm not sulking. Pray, do you know you're laughing very evilly right now? Really? Normally I would have picked a fight and looked for something fun to do, but today I'll generously let it slide. Miss Prey, speaking of as a professional, it looks like you need immediately maintenance. EV neural network issues often accelerate over time. We need to start right away. As expected, your buzzkill reactions are the best for regaining my stability. Is something wrong? What do you mean by stability? Didn't you see the article yesterday? A high-ranking executive from Sunshine Corp was attacked and went missing on the outskirts of the city. That person from a few days ago? Definitely. They haven't released the identity, but I doubt there's more than one executive visiting the outskirts at this time. Since Polar Night is just around the corner, with the city's biggest festival coming up, they won't have enough leisure to obsess over trivial things like streetlights. Unless there's someone a bit weird for feeling about a nuisance, and Prey's resentment seems quite deep. Maybe there's something more she hasn't told me yet. Are you worrying because a kidnapping happened nearby? It's not that I'm not worried at all, but if I were scared of that, I would have run away to the next city a long time ago. It's not a big deal. Continuous focus adjustments on the ocular lenses, irregular core pulsations. It is a common phenomenon with people when power is being diverted elsewhere. But right now there is no noticeable physical activities or computational loads. That means you're preparing for an emergency. They are typical signs of an anxiety or fear response, you know? What do you know? First class core section engineer, photonic neural network restoration specialty, EV body maintenance technical certified. I am an EV management and inspector expert certified by the Chroma City, and the person who opened up your body at least every week to check for problems. I hate it. What exactly does she hate? Don't talk about my conditions as you please. The talk about raising the neon shine subscription fee is gone, and the streetlights removal plan was scrapped too. Only good things are happening. I don't know what happened, but you can be honest with me at least. Cinderella happened because I left a post. Cinderella, already a famous dark hero in cyberspace. A figure whose existence is ambiguous, indeterminate whether a group or an individual. Famous for assassinating key figures in corporations or drug cartels, and leaving a glass slipper suspiciously at the same scene. His activities gained support from the impoverished field with spite and mass-produced countless fans, but there had to be a sour side to his actions. Connections with criminal groups that produce countless innocent victims, or actions suspected to be means of eliminating political opponents of the ruling class were numerous, and people claiming to be Cinderella of pouring out endlessly. It seems there's a culture among fans that treat all that as a copycat crimes. Are you saying you can be scared of a hero? Worry and fear are separate emotions. Even for experts, the risk of misdiagnosis is high without detailed analysis. It's just worry, because copycat crimes using Cinderella's fame happened often. Right. What, suddenly? This neural unit is connected to the sympathetic nervous system. The tension is immense even with a light press. How much did you push yourself? It might be completely burned out. It's not that bad. It's your habit to reward yourself when you're anxious, isn't it? Like figures or limited edition goods. Since your balance is empty, looks like you rewarded yourself in a different way. If we let tonight pass, I could be really dangerous, so I'd better replace it. Replace praise overloaded neural unit. Someone had too much fun yesterday. It seems the dial has a problem due to the overload unit. As expected, there's an overloaded unit. Overloaded units restore nearby module units every certain number of turns. Okay. Active count 8. Turns remain until overloads are shown in the top right. Upon overload, one space left right of the unit and module the unit in the same column will be destroyed. So I Oh, so I think I know what this thing is. It doesn't do anything. It's been very anxious. Is the condition really bad? Overvoltage flows through the overloaded neural unit, enough to affect even the dial equipment. Just how hard did you stimulate it? Well, I just suddenly got scared. I don't know what you're so worried about, but if you were this anxious, you should have just called me. I could have helped you directly by your side. Pervert. Now's the problem. So I could go like this. Not that many turns, goddammit. The Cinderella put that off with The Cinderella pulled that off with glass slippers every time? Not pretty much. According to some who watched the crime scenes for quite close up, he did all that using just a glass slipper without any other weapons. So the glass slipper always left behind is actually the tool used for the crime? I guess so. I saw an SNS that was a heel-shaped hole in a stability officer's forehead. That post was censored quickly. But the fountain of blood spurting from the forehead of an existent but the fountain of blood spurting from the forehead of an existence I always feared was so violent. That I inadvertently started rooting for him after that. Your expression fountain is even more violent. We're done. It's already over? Yeah, fortunately the surrounding units weren't badly deformed, so I only swapped out the nearby burnt or neural unit. Thanks to that, the tense neural unit seems like to have calmed down. The dial was making weird noises. What kind of magic did you work? Don't mention it. Just because of the over voltage flowing through the neural unit, the dial equipment almost broke several times during maintenance. I might be saying this because I don't know, but hearing roughly about it looks incredibly dangerous. And about your symptoms, it's not that big of a deal. It's a problem of repeat force update of the neural network, but it doesn't affect daily life. Except for the problem that some memories might be lost. You just need to restrain yourself from now on. Relax your face a bit. Seems like you have something to say too. Can you say it all with such a serious face? Forget it. For someone so dense, I can't hide anything from you. Professional certifications aren't just for show. But I wish you'd read the room a bit. Sometimes there are stories I don't want to tell. Cinderella was an idol. I was the #1 fan and shaken by convictions, but when an accident happened right here and because of me, those things filled my head. What if something happened to our cute boss? What if the evil mechanic on the second floor became a target? If something like that happens, I feel like I'd go crazy thinking it was my fault. I left a post on the Cinderella help board, and the news came out less than half a day later. I was someone who followed him. I was someone who followed him, treating controversies as gossips, but fear took over when people around me got involved. As far as I know, over 3,000 posts were written in that gallery every hour. I think you have an excessive sense of responsibility. Even if Cinderella really chose targets looking at the board, the possibility of seeing your post is almost nil. You're probably right. Excessive responsibility, but when I fell into the mire, I couldn't realize that. Everything seems to be my fault, and I worried about things that hadn't even happened yet. I'm completely drained from groaning all night. While touching innocent neural units, happiness is the best means to forget pain. Anyway, seeing the fine boss and you this morning, I just let out a howl laugh. So that's why you came making naughty sounds. Naughty? You said I was evil. Seeing Prey back to her usual self, I also felt more relaxed after being tense. Sometimes it's better to just show it up. Like when you have indigestion. What nonsense are you talking about all of a sudden? It means you don't have to hide hide just because it's immature or contradictory. Of course, you shouldn't always do that. It's a wasteful to vomit food and drink and it looks unsightful. But nothing beats it when you have an indigestion. Venting to someone close enough can sometimes help you overcome it. Might make people hate you. I also find people who only talk about their hardships annoying. It's fine if it's not always, but only when it's hard. That's why I started this repair clinic in the first place. If you have anything left to say, it's better to just say it. Something I want to say? Alright. Prey cleared her throat. Then Chris. Next Thursday is Polar Night Day. That day, Polar Night Day. Unlike the majority of people who are excited, I felt nothing but dryness. Seeing that even the shut-in Prey has plans makes me feel like I'm the only one in Chroma City without memories of Polar Night Day. A day I'm certainly uninterested in. Perhaps it's because the happiness in my room overwhelms the noisy streets of the light. Is it okay? What? I was lost in thoughts for a moment. Sorry, could you say that again? Let's grab a meal together. It's a holiday. Really? It should be a peak season. We're aiming for a different peak season. The boss says Polar Night is everyone's peak season, so it's more profitable. In my opinion, it's clear she just wanted to do Doshan activities. You mean about Buff Girl? The last episode aired next week. She's already busy preparing sugar crafts and cosplay costumes. Must be nice to have a boss with matching tastes. That's why I applied in the first place. The physical comic books proudly displayed on the cafe shelves were the trigger. Since it's a retro concept cafe, I suspected they just put anything there, but inside the box in the corner of the cafe, I saw a pile of handmade good stocks. This person is real, I knew it immediately. Take next week's cosplay event, for example. The boss is even more enthusiastic than I am. It's the best workplace, except for the fact that we work non-stop. It sounds fun, but also sounds like it'll be quite tough. Better than working during polar night. It's annoying to work when everyone else is resting and there's a double the customers than usual. Plus, the power of Buff Girl is amazing. Speaking of which, I should get going. The boss is probably sweating bullets alone. Good luck with your work. You too. And clean your ears next time. Can't even hear what's said right in front of you. My ears are clean. Maybe it's because I haven't taken today's nutritional supplements yet. Anyway, don't do that next time. Good things come to those who listen. As Prey left, belated, fatigue washed over me. I didn't know the difference in nutritional supplements would be this big. I should go cool my head. Okay, with that said, I think I'll leave it at that. And I'll see everyone next time.